Okay, we're gonna, here's the answers to the formative assessment, and I'm gonna walk through them with you, explaining where I get the answers. The summative assessment, or the test, the actual test, is going to be almost exactly like this, only with different numbers. So if you feel comfortable with this, you are going to do fantastic on the summative assessment. Okay, so in the first one, I'm looking for I'm determining proportionality. Okay, so I look at the table and I say, okay, this is times 1.5. This is times 1.5 times 1.5 and times 1.5. And if I don't know that by just looking at the numbers, I can divide them on my calculator. Okay, and so then when I get to the, I can say there is, we're going to look and see, is the graph proportional? Well, it's going to start at 0, 0, and it is going to be linear because it goes up by 1.5 each time as x goes up by 1. And I have a constant of proportionality. I'm multiplying the 1 by the same thing every time. So 3 is going to be 2. 2 is going to be, 2 is, okay, wait. 3 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. 2 is going to be 3. 2 is going to be 3. 1 is going to be 1.5. I have 0, 0. And I can see that 4 is going to be 6. I'm definitely going up at a straight line. So that is going to be linear, and it is going to be proportional. It's linear. Okay, and it has a constant of proportionality. I'm going up by the same amount every time, and that constant of proportionality is 1.5. In the second one, I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, am I multiplying by the same amount every time? It's going up. It's going up by 2 as x goes up by 1, but am I multiplying the x by the y by the same amount? Okay, so let's graph this. 0 is going to be 3. 1 is going to be 5. 2 is going to be 7. 3 is going to be 9. And you can see this is going to be linear. It's going to go straight up, so it is linear. And that, this goes up by 2 every time. But is there a unit rate? Do I have a constant of proportionality? Well, 1 times 5 is 5. Is 2 times 5 7? No. Is 3 times 5 9? No. Okay, so I do not have a constant of proportionality. So I'm saying, is this graph proportional? No. Okay, it is linear. It is linear, but it does not go up through 0, 0. It has no constant of proportionality. Okay, there we go. In this next one, I'm looking at, I'm looking for the unit rate, and you notice there are 2 points there that are noted, 2, 300, and 4 is 600. Okay, and if I divide those to find the unit rate, 300 over 2 is going to be 150 over 1, and so that unit rate is 150. In this one, I'm saying, what am I multiplying by each time? So if I have 360, multiplying, what am I multiplying when x is 1? And that would be 180. Okay, and so that unit rate is 180. And I could go back and check. 10 times 180 is $18. 9 times 180 is $16.20. So I know that each time I'm multiplying by 180 times 180 times 180. Okay, so that's my unit rate. In number 9, it says that Alyssa bought 5 pairs of jeans for $170. So 5 pairs of jeans for $175. And we want to know how much one pair. What's one pair of jeans? So I'm going to divide by 5, and I'm going to find out that each pair of jeans cost her $34. So that unit rate, or the cost per jeans, is 34. Now, in this problem, I have to say, in past years, this has been a tricky problem to people. They keep forgetting. So if I have this, if I have m equals 3 times t, the unit rate is this number. Remember, we've said that the unit rate is the number I'm multiplying times the x. So in this case, I'm going to know what the amount of money is that I'm going to make if I multiply 3 times the number of tickets I sold. So that rate is 3, and I'm assuming $3 because it's the cost of the ticket. But remember that number that I multiply times the x value, or the t in this case, is the unit rate. The unit rate is the constant I multiply times x. Okay, I'm going to look over at Johnny's got some pizzas, and he makes 4 pizzas every 1/4 of an hour. And I want to know what 1 hour is. So I would take that, I'd multiply it times 4, and I multiply this times 4, and he's doing 16 pizzas per hour. So in the problem it says, how many pizzas, P, which is already there, can he make in any number of hours? Well, if he makes 16 pizzas per hour, he would make 16 times however many hours he worked. Okay, remember the unit rate gets multiplied times the x value, and in this case the x is hours. In the next one, Amanda is walking 3 miles, and she's walking them in 1/2 an hour, okay? And remember we said we were going to multiply by the reciprocal, and to be clear, 4/1 is the reciprocal of 1/4, okay? And in this one, the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1, okay? And so we could just put 2, but we get 2/1. 3 miles, and so 2 times 3 miles is going to be 6 miles. So 6 is the unit rate. So if I want to find out the miles Amanda can walk, she can walk 6 miles, 6 times whatever amount of hours she walks, because she's walking 6 miles in each hour. Okay, the next one is bonus. And so this bonus says, how many minutes can she walk in 1 mile? So I'm going to take the information they give me, 3 miles, and I'm going to change the half hour to minutes because I'm looking for minutes. So if I have 3 miles in 30 minutes, I can do 1 mile in 10 minutes. And I also could write that as a proportion. I could say I have 30 to 3 miles, and this would be minutes. So if I want 1 mile, I'm dividing by 3, and I would get 10 minutes. So whichever way you feel comfortable doing, please feel comfortable using that way. Okay, in 14 it says, what is the y value when x is 1, what is y? So on this graph, they purposely have not put 1 on a vertex, okay, and on a vertice. So I don't know what exactly 1 is, but I can tell that 2 is 1. 2 is 1, and 4 is 2. and 6 is 3. And I can make a little table here, and I can tell that every time I'm multiplying by 1/2 or 0.5, right? 2 is 1/2 of 4. 3 is 1/2 of 6. So y is, you could either write 0.5 or 1/2. And if that's what y is, then that's what the unit rate is, 0.5 or 1/2. And this last problem, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm looking for numbers on the vertex. Okay, and so there we go. So I can make a table, and I have 10, 12. Okay, so pizzas here is the X and the Y. And when X is 20, Y is 24. And I would divide them to see, what do I multiply 20 by to get 24? And that answer is going to be 1.2. And if y is 1.2 when x is 1, then the unit rate is 1.2. And so those are the answers to the formative assessment. And if you got them right, you are ready for the summative, the test at the end. If you do not understand this or you have any questions, please ask me before you start the summative assessment, which is the test of the final piece here. Okay, good job.